Series on the great book Get Tough that was taught by Major Fairborn to the British commandos and the American military forces during World War II. Here are guys trying to punch me, or he could work here with a stab too, but he doesn't have something in his hand. He's trying to hammer fist him or smash him in the face. You're going to grab his wrist. Now this requires some training, but it's not that hard if you learn to just come up with a forearm block, and it'll automatically almost make his wrist fall into your grip. Now you're going to come up and keep a firm grip on his right elbow, and you're going to come in and force your chest against his. You subsequently are going to reach around, and you're going to reach around, applying pressure, jerking his wrist backwards. Bring the forearm of your right arm up into the back of his right arm. When your opponent is in this position, straighten your fingers of your hand, place the edge over your left hand, and apply pressure. So what you're doing here is a wrist lock. A wrist lock here, but they're doing it with a just opposite of the way a lot of people have learned martial arts wrist locks. They've blocked it, and they're actually just bending the wrist backwards and forcing him to the ground. And they can do a nice little leg sweep right there, but they're forcing him to the ground by just pushing your hand over and straight backwards. You know, your wrist can't bend, but it cannot bend forward or backwards or left or right or up and down but a certain distance before it gets a lot of pain. So when you're blocking it here with this position, in our karate school, we always roll the wrist over and make it a backwards wrist lock. This is a forward wrist lock where I'm actually going to press down on it and point my fingers towards the ground, which will drive him down into the ground, and then you can finish him with a stomp. So it's a different wrist lock than the takedown I've ever seen. Here we're going to use a head-to-head. Keep the fingers of your hand straight and strike him on the side of the neck with the edge of your hand. When you smash, Dillman just started this pressure point stuff. They were doing it in World War II, folks. You smash the ridge of your hand